Wanna see me build a fantastic river rapids ride? Then this video is meant for you. This is Coaster Master and I'll be seeing you on the other side. Hi friends, this is Coaster Master here, and yes, I deleted the River Rapids ride I started last episode, but don't worry, as you saw in the intro, I am still gonna be making a River Rapids because it's a fun ride, no particular reason, and also because it might fit well with the fairy tale theme, and I just don't see this going to any of my other themes really. And yeah, maybe in the next episode I'll add a couple of flat rides and maybe make that main building a little larger because it seems way too tiny. I mean, it's large but it doesn't have any height to it. And I was just thinking maybe add a second flat ride. Nah, that's too much. Maybe I'll add a diner kind of thing. That'd be cool. Maybe a hotel as well. You know, living in a palace sorts of hotel. That would be interesting. I don't know how that'll work out though. So let's see. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out fairly well. So yeah, I have no issues with it at all. So cool. And now that I've carved out a bit of what the layout is gonna be like, I'm gonna start my river rapids ride. However, later in this episode, by which I mean in a few seconds, not even minutes, and yeah, maybe in a minute or so, I'm pretty much gonna delete this whole thing and start again. Because let's admit it, it's not the easiest kind of ride to make. I mean, seriously, have you ever made a river and then made a river rapids ride on it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have, but still, you would, if you have, you would probably know how tough it is to, just align it with the river. And sometimes you just need to think of all the moments you need to have, like the head chopper I'm aiming for at the end of this ride near the final drop because I mean, everyone loves head choppers, right? And that too on a final drop, which is gonna be just one drop because it's a river rapids. But hey, who doesn't like an awesome final drop? And oh, yeah, wait, it is the second drop because there is a drop out of the station. So, yeah, technically, it does it does mean it's a final drop, but not exactly a first drop. It's a second drop, but you know what? I just don't care. I have finished my splashdown section and I'm just gonna work my way back to the station. Now, actually, back here, I didn't even realize how much space this ride took. I thought it would take a fraction of the space, really, but I didn't realize that it would take like I don't know, three times the space I was expecting it to take. So yeah, I was actually thinking of building another roller coaster, which I may, but it's gonna be in a different place. Maybe not in the fairy tale section. No, I mean it has to be in the fairy tale section. I was actually gonna theme it to the junior coaster we have back there and call it Gargoyle Senior, because our junior coaster's name is Gargoyle Junior. So Gargoyle Senior may make sense because Gargoyle Junior is a junior coaster, and Gargoyle Senior, while it is technically a coaster for kids, it it feels like a coaster for adults. Let me just say that. And that is the definition of head choppers. I'm making an ice wall where you nearly get your head chopped. I don't know, at least infinite times, really. I mean, the whole thing is like, I don't know, a few centimeters above your head. So, yeah, pretty cool. I love these head choppers, but later I am gonna add some interesting head choppers in the cave I'm gonna make. Cave slash mountain, because you're gonna be entering a mountain sort. of structure. Because why not? Mountains are nice. And you know what? I'm actually gonna make a mountain the same way I made the volcano in Volcano Reawakening. If you haven't watched that video, I'll suggest you watch it. I've linked it in the card above right here. And yeah, I have to I have to disable, no, I have to enable terrain collision. Yeah, I don't know what it is, disable or enable, but whatever. What I have to make sure that the terrain makes up for it. It just goes around the river rapids and not really through it, which is precisely what I was aiming for. So, hey, hooray! And here I'm giving it an icy look because, I want an icy mountain. Else, I don't want some Matterhorn style mountain really. It's gonna be tiny because it's an indoor park. There's a ceiling you have to work with. And from what I have decided, psychedelia is the ceiling and the terrain collisions are now disabled. Also, I am technically going to be finishing the ride, but I mean, the ride is complete, but I would not be able to finish the lighting work in this episode. I would start the lighting work, but not really finish it because, yeah, I have no excuse. Really, I have no excuse at all. But let's just say lighting work takes time and really a lot of thought because you need to know where to put your lights. But yes, I did start the lighting and the ride looks fantastic, especially at night. And yes, I am going to be giving a POV of this ride at the end of this video, so keep watching. And yeah, I'm gonna just call it the Forbidden River because sounds like a nice name. I mean, if you want to give this a better name, please go ahead. I'm not a big fan of Forbidden River, and anyways, I'm no good at naming. I usually just like to create the rides, not really name them. Please, if you have a name, just tell it to me in the comment section below. I'd love to put it in the video, and I just like to interact with you guys a little more because, again, as I said in episode 2, it's like a one-way street. But let's forget about that for a moment and start making this waterfall wall, which, without doubt, is Disney level stuff. I mean, and sure, Universal level stuff as well, but yeah, it's fantastic. I just love to make sure you don't know where you're going, which is pretty much what this ride is about, but I want to make it even more unpredictable because yes, it's a family ride, but I can't make this a boring ride. Yeah, I mean, I like this ride too much already because I guess we can all agree that this ride looks fantastic. And now that it's night time with some of the lights already placed, it looks like an enchanted cave really. Fits well with the fairy tale theme. So yeah, I like it. And I want my ride to be well lit. And I am so not making the mistake of taking the other light. I am taking the area light and these mushrooms, of course, because they both look fantastic and I just want a lot of blue in here. Then my plan for the next episode in this series is probably going to be just, I don't know, maybe adding some green lights at the forest end. Yes, I am making a forest at the foot of this mountain, but it's gonna be really tiny. So to enhance it a little bit, I am gonna be adding some green lights, some flowers. It's gonna look pretty cool, and I am pretty sure I'm gonna be a fan of that. So just one thing here, I didn't even realize that I had included the River Rapids ride in the blueprint. So yeah, that was a weird moment. But yes, I did delete the blueprint later because I think it was ridiculous. I'm never gonna build a ride like this again with so much copy pasting. And also the copy paste effect is really obvious, and I realized that in the POV. So yes, I am gonna be doing some off-screen work on these icicles. You know what? I need to tell you something interesting. This icicle stuff, it's not a part of the scenery group. It's not a part of the scenery group, sorry. It's actually a part of the building segment, and I have no idea why. It works fantastically well with scenery. Is that how you say it? Yeah, it just works very well with scenery, and it doesn't seem like something you'd put on a building. I mean, sure, snow-capped buildings, but who cares about that? Now over here, I'm building a waterfall. I mean, the final drop is gonna be a waterfall, and you go right under the bridge. It is gonna look sweet. And now this mountain has to be disguised. And I know it looks really weird, but yeah, I just don't care right now. I need to get this done real quick. And you know what? I'm just gonna do what I did with Volcano Reawakening, but with some trees. But yeah, I think it's gonna look fairly nice. And I mean, there's nothing else you can do with this really. I mean, where do you see so many trees on a mountain in the Arctic? Like, be honest. Yeah, it was an extremely difficult job, but I got it done. Cause, yeah, bird looks weird. I'm not gonna lie. I am not really proud of how weird it looks, but hey, I got something done, and that something done looks very nice. So, I can't complain. And I'm also gonna be covering this. Actually, I've started already. I am covering this mountain with rocks because that's what I did with Volcano Reawakening. If you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna link it in the card above. There it is. Yeah, and this actually takes a lot of time. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but putting rocks is actually a lot harder than it sounds because, while it's fairly easy to just copy and paste, it's really difficult to make it look random. And I just want my rocks to look fairly different from each other, and the game doesn't have a lot of different rock options. So yeah, I definitely had a slightly interesting time getting this done. Not really a hard time. Hard time was getting the ride aligned with the bridge and the splashdown section. That was difficult. This is not difficult. But hey, now I'm beginning some work on my forest-ish kind of thing, and I don't know, maybe I should add some flower lights. That would be cool, and the game does allow that, so hey. But right now I'm gonna start a watchtower. It's gonna be octagonal because, well, that's what my mother suggested. Yeah, I had run out of ideas, really, so I had to ask my mother for some. And yeah, this watchtower is gonna go right to the top of the indoor park. It's gonna go all the way up to Psychedelia's height, which, according to me, is pretty cool. If only a path went all the way up there. Magic Mountain, what can I say? We are both in the same boat right now. Except for the fact that Mike is actually brilliant and isn't so repetitive with just coasters and coasters all along. Although I must say, Magic Mountain is a great park, but without further ado, let's head into this POV. Well, that's all I have for you today. This is Coaster Master signing out, and I'll see you next time on Building an Indoor Theme Park, Part 11.